What's up YouTube, it's Elijah One Dream, and in today's video we are going to be going over the new NBA 2K25 builder news and info. So finally, today during NBA 2K's Twitch stream, they revealed the NBA 2K25 builder, some of the badges, the takeovers, and a little bit of how the My Player and My Career is going to work in the upcoming year. So what I'm going to be doing is pulling up the courtside report. I will link that in the description just in case you guys haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure by at this point you probably all have went through it yourselves. But we are going to be breaking down a little bit of tidbits and information, and we can also go over what they've been releasing on Discord and Twitter as well. Zach Timmerman and of course Mike Wang both releasing some information that was not released throughout the Twitch stream or the courtside report. We all have a ton of questions about the info today, and they have been answering them and getting back to us, and we will go over a few of those comments as well. So first things first, let's just start off with the builders. So we do have a screenshot of a almost complete build, a 98 of 99 overall. It is a 6'2" PG with a 6'9" wingspan. That's probably likely a maximum wingspan. And I did see some people compare making this build to making it in 2K24, and you do get more attributes in NBA 2K25 on this 6'2" point guard as you would of an NBA 2K24, as you see here highlighted by Statistics. If you guys don't know who Statistics is, I highly recommend following his Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. He is an unbelievable NBA 2K player. He is an ISO god, and he is one of the best dribblers in the community. His content is extremely entertaining. I highly recommend checking him out. So now I did see some speculation about maybe small guards are going to get a little bit more attributes than what they did last year. They actually included a badge called Mini Marksman, and you have to be 6'3" and under in order to get this badge. So it does help you shoot over taller defenders. And if you guys remember, and I can't remember if it was 2K21 or 22, there was a badge called Mismatch Expert. So this is kind of the return of Mismatch Expert in a way. So if you enjoy playing on small guards and shooting threes, especially shooting over those, you guys will be loving this new badge. And of course, speaking of new badges, there are 40 total badges in this year's game, down from what I believe was 70 plus badges. So they combined quite a few of the badges into certain badges as well, and there are only 5 shooting badges. So that is definitely a major change, and we do have some new badges in here as well. And one of the coolest things about badges this year is we do get legend badges. Now they do say that it does cost quite a few attribute points, and it will be costly in order to get those badges, but as you can see in the screenshot as well too, a 94 speed with ball will get you lightning launch on legend. And as you can see, the badge description speeds up launches when attacking from the perimeter. So this is basically like Hall of Fame quick first step or legend quick first step, basically what this badge translates into some of the older badges. And also by looking at the screenshot here as well, you can see that there is a change. There's no more acceleration, it is agility, and there is no more stamina. So agility this year, it pretty much affects your off-ball movements and how fast you can cut. And the most important thing, which people hopefully don't forget, agility will affect your lateral quickness on defense. So again, I'm thinking what the perimeter defense rating means is how well you can get a contest on somebody's shot, but in order to get your lateral movement right, you want to have agility. And again, like they said, they also explained not having stamina. So on a new build, everybody starts off with 85 stamina, and then in order to get up to a 99 stamina, you have to do your workouts at the gym. And once you get to 99 stamina, it just stays there. You don't have to do workouts on that build anymore. So that's really cool. So we don't have to waste any attribute points on the stamina category. And of course, a couple other changes as well. Rebounding is its own category now, it looks like. It is a purple category where it used to be tied in with the defense in the red. But other than that, everything else looks pretty familiar. You still got your close shot, driving layup, dunk, standing dunk, post control, your shooting, pass accuracy, ball handle, and speed with ball. And they said that speed with ball and ball handle are the only things that matter for how fast you can dribble dribble with the ball and explode out of moves, etc. And so there are going to be a few things to consider when making your first build in NBA 2K25. They've introduced some pretty cool additions this year. We get 70 plus takeovers, and I believe it's about 14 takeover abilities. And so what I like to do when creating a build, I'd like to target my badges, what badges I want to use. And back before the years before last year, I always like to target slashing takeovers. So this year, I'm going to be looking at what badges I want to get on my first build and what takeover and abilities I want to target for that build as well. Now I'm already thinking I'd like to have minimum gold rebound chaser, and I would like to start off with Hall of Fame break starter as well. So I'm going to be targeting those badges on a 7-foot center. Might be 7-1, 2, 3. We'll see what it looks like in the builder, but I'm very excited to see what the takeovers are and the abilities. That is still something we're left in the dark. They did give us a full list of all 40 badges, and I was really hoping by the time I was recording this video, we could get a sneak peek at what all of the new takeovers are and the abilities. However, we do get a preview of some of them. There's some called Bucket, Fundamentals, Barbecue Chicken, Elevate, Glass Gunner, Horse, Eraser, Board Beast, Break Igniter, Feathery Touch, and Lost Art. Some of those names are pretty self-explanatory, and in the graphic, they do show off Barbecue Chicken. Shout out to Bash World. I feel like that badge was specifically meant for Bash. One of the best big men in the community, getting in the post, getting on the block, absolutely dominating the competition. That's what this badge will do for you. And so there are 5 levels of takeover, and it automatically activates itself. And as your levels goes up in the takeover meters, your attributes increase all the way up to +7. So that is a little bit of a difference from previous years where takeover, it always used to give you +10. Now in this year's game, I'm not sure if there are takeover perks like juice or sponge, anything like that nature. So we're still gonna have to see about that. But again, making your build, I'd like to target the badges and target the takeovers and see what I can get. So I'd like to make a 7'3" at some point eventually. Maybe I'll start off with one, we will see. But I would love to be able to get some type of speed boost where I can increase my speed. And then speaking of that, there is a thing called this year called cap breakers, and this is going to be an absolute game changer. Now the only way to earn cap breakers is through rep, so you got to be playing the game. And one thing that I was going to speak about that I haven't gotten into a video yet, but I will speak about it here. In this year's game in NBA 2K24, I am a veteran 2, so I did get my +2 attributes to my defensive ratings. Now those extra attributes in this year's game, they did not count towards animations or badges, but with the cap breakers, they will. Now the thing was, becoming a veteran 2, that's when you first unlocked the +2 to your defense, or if you were in the Rise affiliation, you got +3 to your playmaking or finishing. I can't remember which one, but I took a look at the rep, and I'm about 2,600th in the world in rep, and I'm only a veteran 2, and it is the middle of August. So there is maybe 5,000 to 10,000 players that are veteran 2 and get this +2. So I'm really glad that in this year's upcoming game, the cap breakers do count towards animation, badges, jump shots, whatever it might be. Except there are a few rules with the cap breakers. So you can only put 5 cap breakers onto one attribute, and the cap breakers will not let you go past the max potential rating allowed by your build's height, weight, and wingspan. Now I was a little bit confused about this when I first read it, but in this year's game, if you were 7'3" with a max wingspan, the highest 3-ball that you could get was 73. So in next year's game, if it's the same case, we will not be able to put cap breakers and get a 74 3-ball or a 75, so on up to a 78. What you would have to do is go to a 68 3-ball and then put your +5 cap breakers up to the 73. So to start off with, I'm not exactly sure how many cap breakers you're going to get off rip and how fast you can gain rep. So to start off with, I wouldn't really worry about putting in your cap breakers for your first build, because you still got to grind that rep, and might not be a while until you get your +5 first cap breakers. But there are a total of 15 that you can get, and they are earned through rep in the affiliations and the city. They are still revealing that later, so obviously rep is back and affiliations are back as well. But still, we get the freedom to increase our max attributes however we want, which is really cool. So this is also going to help with build diversity and making your own builds. It's going to be absolutely incredible. And of course this year, the jump shot customization, you can pick your release point, pick your badges. It's going to be absolutely OP, and I can't wait to get into the builder, get my rep up, get some more cap breakers, and see what we can come up up with. And now on top of the cap breakers, there is a badge perk called Max Plus 1. And Zach Timmerman confirmed that you can stack your Max Plus 1 with your cap breaker. So this is going to be extremely useful for max wingspan 7-footers in order to be able to shoot better. So basically, if I have silver set shot specialist, I believe that's catch and shoot and claymore, those are wrapped into that badge this year. So say I'm a point or two away from unlocking gold set shot specialist. I put my cap breakers on there, I reach it, I get it to gold. Then I can use my Max Plus 1 to get that gold set shot specialist to Hall of Fame. So that way you can really become a knockdown stretch big with that max wingspan. And they did say that lethal zones are back, so you get that stacked on with your lethal zones, you should still be able to shoot with the 70s 3-ball. I did see Mike Wang say that you will need a high 3-ball, but almost every year it is said that. But if you know your jump shot, you know your timing, and you get your hot zones and lethal zones and your badges plus these types of boosts, and you can get attributes on top, you should be able to still green if you are a skilled enough player. And again, we still have to see how the right stick shooting comes along. That is going to be very interesting as well. But again, you get that custom jump shot with your own custom release, you get the lethal zones, you get the Max Plus 1 and the cap breakers. You should be able to make some pretty nasty 7-foot center builds, and of course all other types of builds. So I'm really looking forward to this year. And they also did say that there are 100+ archetypes that you can make, so I'm looking forward to making some new archetype names, getting some new crazy builds out there. Hopefully for the big men we get a little bit more speed on the 7-foot 3s. That would be extremely nice. And again, I can't wait to see what we can cook up in there. It's going to be a ton of fun. So I didn't really speak about the badges, but I did say this year there are a total of 40 badges. So some of the new ones include Layup Mixmaster, which improves a player's ability to finish fancier acrobatic layups successfully. So that kind of sounds like it might be a combination of like slithery finisher and acrobat, something like that. And we do get Paint Prodigy, improves a player's ability to quickly and efficiently score while going to work in the paint. And they did say that fast twitch was built into this. So again, you get your close shot up, you can get your hook shots, anything like that. Paint Prodigy will for sure help. And I'm pretty sure Masher would also be mixed in with this. Again, there's some similar badges that maybe are just a little bit renamed, like Physical Finisher, improves a player's ability to battle through contact and convert contact layups. So that really just sounds like Fearless Finisher from last year, except it's called Physical Finisher this year. And there are a few post badges for you drop stepping, post spinning, block sitting bigs that absolutely love their post work. There's Post Up Poet, raises the chances of faking or getting by the defender as well as scoring when performing moves in the post. There's also Post Powerhouse, which is basically back down Punisher. Of course, there's Post Fade Phenom and Hook Specialist, which all return. But again, you couple those badges with the Barbecue Chicken Takeover and you're going to be an unstoppable force in the post. But they do have some defensive badges to counteract that as well too. Post Lockdown does make a return as well. And from the playmaking badges, Break Starter also returns, but we do have a renamed badge or a new badge called Versatile Visionary, which basically combines Needle Threader and Special Delivery. So this improves a player's abilities to thread and fit tight passes, including alley-oops, quickly and on time. So I'm definitely looking forward to trying out that badge. I would love to get that on gold and Break Starter on Hall of Fame for my first big, and I love to have Dimer on there as well too. But again, targeting Gold Rebound Chaser, also going to target Versatile Visionary and Break Starter, and then kind of fill the build out around that. Of course, obviously have some interior defense as well. But again, we haven't seen what the takeovers are, so I want to see what the takeovers are, and then I can kind of target what I want to do with my first build and the play style that I want to go for. So I can't wait to find out what these takeovers are going to be and the abilities that also follow with them. That way I can plan out my first build and see what we can do when we first get in the builder on September 4th at 4 a.m. Central Time. And I am just reading something right now that is news to me, and it was something that hasn't been mentioned, but if you apply cap breakers and your archetype name wants to change, you're given the option of doing so. You can keep your current or grab the new. The cool part about the new one is they may end up being names that aren't possible in the builder. So that is super sick. So you can have an archetype, put on your cap breakers, and then you can have a completely different archetype name that is unique to that build and probably the one that no one else has unless they made the same build as you and maybe you post it on YouTube or something like that. But that can create some awesome, unique, and individuality builds, which is unbelievably sick. I really like that. That is going to be fire. That is definitely one of the most fire things today, and I literally just read that right now. So there we have it. Pretty much everything that came out today in one fun video. I am getting super excited for this game. I really can't wait to get into the builder, see what new archetype names there are, create some nasty builds, and have some fun, hop into the rec center, and start grinding. But appreciate you guys tuning in, especially if you made it all this way throughout this video. Comment below what your favorite new feature is so far that was announced today. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, and we'll catch you in the next video. Peace!